Yep.
So how do you watch it? You can't. Why?
LCAT goes out and films.
Every single event in the city line.
They did
The
the,
ones that they didn't know about.
they did the flag raising, and, what else did they do? They did two things that happened back.
I know this.
I can't remember, but they did both of them. And they were both city functions. Well, city advertised functions. But what good are they? The only way you can see them is if you go on the LCAT website and start pulling the stuff out.
Because they took channel 8 away from people, the veterans, the elderly, who don't have computers, but they still watch all the shows, you know, the parade, the things.
Like in the what I'm friends of mine.
And they. Upstairs. Yeah, well, you know that right? That's what somebody's gonna say. You know that right? See, I know. They have to put their money, so what would I?
Some of them.
Yeah, but you don't go.
You don't go digging in the trash.
I don't.
Today we went to,
I'm supposed to use the trash.
so we went to Mr. Mike today, it was like $100.
Yeah, but you don't get nothing extra. So we use this, she told me about this app called Fetch. You put the number.
Oh, yeah. I have that.
25,000
Or
points.
that one, there's another one too.
Oh, that's it. So people,
Yeah, so that's
when we go to
Yeah.
market basket,
Yeah,
when we're leaving, we take them out of the trash, some people's receipts, you know, put them in.
That's what? What else is new?
Somehow, he's gonna send you shoes. He said they got confiscated.
So it should be. I think it might be. I don't know. 'Cause don't. We just trying to figure out. But it's very interesting. That, you know, I would think it might be. But then again.
It's hot in here. What is this?
Huele a limpieza. Huele a limpieza.
All right. You guys ready? Don't go too far out. Okay.
I brought him right back.
How are you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, you're busy.
Where'd you buy it? I don't know.
I just keep looking at you.
Huh? Where? I don't know.
Do you have any applications? I know Fred.
I don't know.
I know Michael Alessandro. He's good. He's good. He's good. The resume's all over.
Well, this is the end, okay.
So I get to be good. Like I said, I only came because I was the agenda. Gotta go.
Ready? Good evening and welcome to the Personnel Committee meeting. Today is Tuesday, June 25th. It is now 7:18 p.m. With me, I have voting members of this committee. To my left, Councilor at Large Ana Levy, and to my right, Councilor of District A, Fidelina Santiago. Pursuant to Chapter 20 of the Acts of 2022, this meeting of the Personnel Committee is being conducted both in person and via remote participation. A reminder that persons who would like to listen or view this meeting while in progress may either attend here in the City Council chamber or use our Facebook and YouTube channels. At this time, can you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilors, we do not have any minutes for approval, so we're going to get right into new business. The first item, item 293-24, to approve the appointment of Frederick J. Diaz to the Zoning Board of Appeals with the term expiring in January 2026, brought to us by Mayor DePena. Is there anyone from the administration here? I know we have our HR director, but we also have our land use planner, Mr. McCarthy. I don't know which one of you would be introducing this.
Yeah, good evening, Madam Chair. I would defer to the planning director on this. And I apologize, when we just spoke briefly, I thought you were discussing a different matter. That's why I referenced the city attorney. But for these appointments, it also wouldn't, I'm not privy to any of these appointments. It would be the mayor's office or maybe the planning director, so I would defer to him.
Perfect, all right, thank you.
I wish I could answer for you, but
It's okay. But just in case there's any HR personnel questions, it's good to have you here. Mr. McCarthy, is there anything you would like to say for the first individual?
No, I just state that we do need membership in these boards. I've read all the resumes and they all look like they're well-educated, knowledgeable people of an interest in the city. So I just suggest maybe that you talk to them individually and see how you feel about them. I do notice that the only one that I actually know from prior is here tonight, but I'll make a phone call and see if he's going to be here. Mr. Abasambra.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I believe he's the one, and this is just an FYI. As you know, the city council office also always reaches out to applicants or appointees to let them know about our meeting. And I was told, I got a call from my confidential secretary. I was told that one of the appointees was not aware, stated that they did not receive a call at all from the city or any communication from the city. I don't know. I'm just bringing that message up, letting you guys know.
I found out about this yesterday, so.
So there you go. So there's miscommunication in this building, and moving forward, if we can improve that, that would be great. Okay, so can we have Mr. Diaz to the podium so he can speak a little bit about his interests and his experience and why he wants to be on the zoning board? Mr. Diaz, name and address for the record, please.
Hi, my name is, good evening, councilors. Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Frederick Diaz. I live in 19 Bailey Street, St. Lawrence. And I'm interested in the board because I want to be a part of the development of the city. I've been here long enough, more than 25 years. And I get involved in every city aspect of progress and development. I want to be a voice and I want to be involved in the local government development to improve the quality of the development of the city also. I want to give back to the community, interested to preserve the character of residential neighborhoods too, and local government, and that's one of the reasons too that I want to be part of the board.
Thank you. Councilors, any questions or comments? Councilor Levy.
Thank you, Council Chair. This is only 2 years, no? Position.
So-
Yes, that's what it says, 2 years. Yeah.
Just 2 years.
Yeah.
But this is that in reality, or this is that you are finishing the term of somebody else?
It looks like it usually is 3 years. I was actually, when I saw 2 years, probably, that's what it looks like. Yeah, that's what I saw on the agenda. Because I believe it's every 3 years
Mr.
for the
McCarthy?
planning and the zoning.
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
Mr. McCarthy has a clarification response.
Mr. McCarthy, yeah, please.
So the positions are actually 3-year terms,
Okay.
but they run in slots. So if he's being projected to fill a position that's already been out of position for a year. So he'll go into that slot that ends on a certain date. So what they have is that we set up so that every year, 2 out of the 6 board members should require to be reappointed or replaced. So it goes in a rotation. So he just happens to come in on the schedule, the calendar date for that position that he's placed in. So it is a 3-year position. If he fulfills his first 2-year term, gets reappointed, that'll be for 3 years. So they are 3-year positions. And they go from January 1st. So it doesn't depend on when you're appointed, it depends upon the length of that term. So if he was appointed now, he'd be going to a set term for 2 years.
Thank
Does that
you.
answer your question?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Diaz, I have a question for you. What is one aspect of the zoning board you feel that your background or your knowledge, experience can be an asset? What are you looking to improve or help to improve within the board? Is this on? Is yours on? Can we give us one minute, 1 second?
Here you go. Here
There
we
you
go.
go.
I don't know why it went off. Sorry, can you repeat the question, Councilor Stefan? Infante?
Council Vice President.
No, Vice President, sorry.
What is one thing that you hope to improve within the board, given your background and experiences, not only within public and local government, because you were part of local government, but also
Yeah.
as a resident of the
I
city?
want to bring growth to the city. We need growth. We want to bring businesses back to the city and build that trust, mold the trust of investors to come here and bring businesses and parks and a bunch of. We need a lot of sports here too. So as part of it, I can see the lack of parks that we need for the kids too, and we need to grow. I'm a progressive person, and I've been here long enough to see the changes and how the community is being developed. So I'm not just a yes person either. So I like to see what's brought to the plate and decide what's best for us as a community too. And I want to give back to the community also. We all fight for a better day here, especially different parts of the city. That's what I want to bring. Yeah.
My second question, thank you. Oops, sorry, I did not put my phone on silent. Excuse me just for 1 second. Sorry about that. Through zoning and planning, these boards specifically, you will see projects like development projects, business projects, a lot of them from individuals within the city, many whom you may or may not know. How are you going to ensure that you're being fair to everyone throughout this process?
I hold a position in the city, and I'm not easy to bribe. I'm not a yes person, like I told you. I like to look at budgets. And remember, after the end of the day, we all part of the community. And whatever it affects me as it affects anybody else. I'm not a yes person. I'm going to look through it and what is convenient to the city. And all of us, I'm part of the city too. My sons, my kids, actually, my family, you, everybody that is in the city. This is not just a yes. I have to look what is in front of me and decide for all of us. It's not about me, it's about the kids in the future. So we have to make it better for them and everybody that is coming in, and develop the city the best way. But citywide, the crime, businesses, we all need it to get better because we need to grow. We need it to grow.
Thank you. Any other questions? Councilor Santiago.
For how long this position it is open?
It's
Has been vacant, yeah.
It's 2-year term.
For how long was open?
So how long was this position vacant for, Mr. McCarthy? How many members do we currently have?
There's actually 5 members sitting on the commission, but 3 of them are out of, they've been acting. 3 of the members have been performing their duties after their terms have passed, so one of the positions he'd be going into would be one of the ones for that person who is should have been placed back a year and a half ago.
And how many members they have?
The
How
zone-
many members they have?
The zoning board has 5 full-time members and 1 associate member. So there's 6 members total, only 5 vote at a time. So we need a quorum of 5. Right now we have 5 people. We have 4 full-time members and 1 associate member. And I think the recommendation was to make the associate member move up to a person.
If Mr. Diaz will be accepted, he will be the number 5?
He would be one of the 5. I think both these positions
Yeah, one.
are for full-time vote, yes.
So there's 2 here.
And I have a question for Mr. Diaz.
Hmm?
I have a question for Diaz.
Okay.
That's good to know, to help the community, to do improve the community, help the kids. And why do you decide, the mayor appoint you and you don't decide by yourself?
I mean, the applications are online. You always apply. You can apply in any administration. So I always want to be interested in participating in the city, either in the city council or getting involved in anything in the city. It doesn't matter who is the mayor at the time. You don't need to get involved when it's a specific person as a mayor. You need to get involved when you think it's right. I think the time is right now. We need a lot of improvement. We have a city council that is actually working really good. So we all need to be connected. We all know each other in the community, and we're all accessible too. So things are right in the right time, and it's also my interest is actually the kids in the city. We need a lot of growth, and I can help. I have a criminal justice degree, and I always been involved. I always. So it's not just because any mayor is my friend. If you know about any mayor that was here before, they're all my friends. But we need to help the community. You know, if they are on duty or not, we still have to do our jobs. As the city council has to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I think I can do a great job in getting involved in a lot of things in the city. We need the help.
I do not question your job. Just I ask about how you decide your mayor appoint you, or how do you know this position was open?
I mean, it's on the city. Everybody check on the portal what is available or not. I'm always checking what is available, and and see what you can be part of it. I'm well prepared, educated, and I can do it.
Okay.
Okay, councilors, any further questions or comments?
I do have a question.
Councilor Levy.
But my question is to Mr. McCarty.
Mr. McCarthy?
Oh, okay.
You look like you are out of it today. Me too.
Exactly. A quick question. For any of the commissions, so just only for clarification.
What's that?
Just for clarification.
Yes.
For any commission, people apply, but the mayor is the one that has to appoint the person for the commission, no?
That's correct.
All right, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, at this point, I will entertain a motion.
Motion to send it to the full council with favor recommendation.
Motion has been made, properly second. Discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And the ayes have it. Thank you so much. Our next council meeting is July 2nd. So that's
Okay.
when the final full vote will take place.
Thank you for your opportunity and your time to listen to me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Every day. Thank you.
Next one, Mr. McCarthy, were you able to get a hold of Michael Abs? All right, so we'll
Abenzara.
Abizarra. Yeah, some of the last names, I'm trying my best here. All right, so we're gonna move on. We're gonna skip over 294 for now. We're gonna go to 295-24. The approval. Well, he's gonna see if he can call for. If not, we'll table. Number item 295-24. To approve the appointment of Erolina Tavera to the Planning Board with the term expiring January 1st of 2027, brought to us by Mayor DePena. Do we have Ms. Tavera here with us today? Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, Ms. Tavera. It's the same process, just introduce yourselves, give us a little bit about your background, why you're interested in the planning board, and we'll take it from there.
Okay, thank you. My name is Erolina Taveras. I'm a resident of 80 Sunray Street, Lawrence, Massachusetts, District A. I am practically a lifelong resident for over 32 plus years residing here. I've been a homeowner since 2015 in the city of Lawrence. I'm an educator, former middle school assistant principal, and I am interested in serving my community. I am highly involved in volunteerism, especially through my church affiliations. I have organizational leadership experience, as well as finance experience. I've worked as a treasurer for my local church for, let's say, over 7.5 years. So, and I also have successfully acquired grants that I've collaborated with a Boys and Girls Club in another municipality, and I assisted them in writing their grant so they can acquire funding to start a STEM program, which I have been teaching over the summers for the past 4 years. And I'm a person that am devoted to the city, to this community, that I probably have served previously as an educator for Lawrence Public Schools. And I feel that I have many talents, and I would like to serve in whatever capacity I can to help the betterment of this community that I love and reside in.
Thank you. I actually, before I called you, Ms. Taveras, we actually have a planning board member in the audience, Ms. Brenda Rossi. Ms. Rossi, do you mind taking the podium, and just for the people watching at home, and I'm assuming the people in the gallery already know what the planning board does, but can you summarize a typical duties of a planning board member?
The Oliver School, the Leahy School, Esperanza, those are all part of the planning board. We get plans. Someone wants to add on to their house. Someone wants to take a building, kind of example, next door. And we go through, they come before the planning board, and we approve it, don't approve it. More often than not, it gets approved, but I'm so glad that I was actually part of the Leahy School, because that's where I graduated 8th grade. So that was
Awesome.
That's one of my things. But yeah, I've been on since, well, Dan Rivera, I think, first year, so 2014, somewhere around there. So yeah, but a lot of practice and seeing a lot of growth in, Mount Vernon area, Prospect Hill, Tower Hill. It's great to see people wanting to stay in the city and fix up housing as opposed to moving away.
Awesome,
So.
thank you. Ms. Taveras, sorry about that. I should have called her first before I called
That's
her.
quite all right.
Counselors, do we have any questions or comments for Ms. Taveras? Taveras with an S.
Yes.
Okay, look.
Taveras.
On our agenda here, they forgot the S, so that's Tavera. Are you related to the next person we're going to call up?
I am.
Okay.
I'm her aunt.
Nice. Okay, any questions? So I have a question, and this might be more of a personnel question. So these boards are supposed to be separate from local government. Now, after asking the relation question, we do have a member of the mayor's office related to the two individuals we have on the agenda tonight? How do we keep that separate? Is that allowed just for, I know I'm gonna get that question as a counselor, and I wanna clarify that for people watching at home or for us to have the correct information to say.
Yep, so, Madam Vice President, the question is that, just so I understand correctly, there's a relationship between a person in the mayor's office and somebody being considered for.
Two people considered for the planning board tonight.
Okay. And I assume these two folks are related
Yep,
to each other
yes,
that would serve in the same board?
yes.
Okay. You know, that I would have to review for potential conflict there. I don't see, I don't think there's so much a conflict between the relationship between the individual in the mayor's office and the board. More so, two of the board members being related.
Okay.
That's a unique situation that I haven't seen. So offhand, I can't give you an answer whether there would be or would not be a conflict, and I'd probably want to look into the issue a little bit and maybe reach out to the city attorney on that as well.
Okay. Can I have a motion to send correspondence to the city attorney and also, even though you're here, but just to
Yeah.
make it formal, and to our HR director to send a memo to the personnel committee regarding appointee Erolina Taveras and Gabriela Taveras being related and serving on the same board.
So moved.
Motion has been made, properly second in discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And the ayes have it. Thank you. We just want to make sure, we're doing things correctly, and we don't want anything, to come back to the city, especially these are volunteer. I mean, the fact that you guys are even here wanting to volunteer, not a lot of people do that, so we just want to make sure that you don't get in trouble, we don't get in trouble, and we're doing things
Yeah, and
correctly.
just for the record, I'm not saying there is a conflict either way, but
Yeah.
it's definitely something that before action is taken, I think it should be.
Yeah, it's
we
better to
should share
clarify.
that.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, so with that being said, we're gonna continue the process. Can we, what I recommend, I wanna, I wanna give you, the opportunity and also the opportunity for the counselors. You're okay?
Yeah, no,
You're
okay.
okay.
I have the same question that you have said that was a conflict, but they
Okay.
already.
So this is what I recommend for item 295-24. I recommend sending it as a committee report pending the legal advice from the city attorney and the personnel advice from our director. That way we don't, luckily for board appointments, there isn't that 30-day timeframe. I mean, we have your qualifications here. We've listened to you. We think that you're qualified. So I don't see the reason to keep this here. And if a conflict does occur, then we handle it at the full council. Do my colleagues, do you guys agree with that? Is there?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so can I have a motion to send item 295-24 as a committee report pending the advice from the individuals that I stated?
So moved.
Second.
Motion has been made by Councilor Levy, seconded by Councilor Santiago. All those, discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And the ayes have it. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
So like I told Mr. Diaz, so our next meeting is July 2nd at 7 p.m. And that's no problem. The last item is item 296-24, the approval to approve the appointment of Gabriela Taveras to the planning board with the term expiring January 1st of 2027, brought to us by Mr. DePena, Mayor DePena, sorry. Ms. Taveras?
Hello, how are you all doing today?
Good.
Good. So to introduce myself, I'm Gabriela Taveras. I was born and raised in Lawrence, Massachusetts, so it's truly the only place that I know to call home. throughout my entire life, I've always done community service, just getting really involved in the community. And as someone who, to some extent, was an at-risk youth as well, that's really helped because it's allowed me to really see Lawrence through the lens of where we've been and also where we could be. And that was always my thing as a child, was growing up saying, this is what Lawrence could be, and how great would it be if I could work towards that. So I went to Emmanuel College, I obtained my bachelor's in neuroscience, and then later on I became Miss Massachusetts. So I've done a lot of work with City Hall and doing community service. I actually have the key to the city, which is like one of my most proud moments, being born and raised here. That's not something you expect to get. And then I built my own company. I have a company called Heads Up Ventures, so I am an entrepreneur where I partner with small and medium-sized businesses to help them to do operations and marketing strategy and integration. And so it's all about how is it we can take small, medium-sized businesses and grow them. And so just by training who I am, I'm a very innovative person who's a visionary and sees things that don't exist yet. And that led me to going to Northeastern University, where I was on a scholarship, a full scholarship with the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Fellowship. And there I obtained my MBA, so I recently graduated. And my concentrations were corporate renewal, corporate innovation, and marketing as well. So it's all about how is it that we can take things that maybe people don't see the potential and the value in, and we can give it a future, give it a second life, and be able to make it more sustainable for future generations.
Thank you. Councilors, any questions or comments? Seeing none, another. So the same process with you, Ms. Taveras. Again, your background, your introduction, same thing. We don't have any further questions. We might end up having more questions on July 2nd for the both of you, but the same thing. I don't see a need of keeping it here. In terms of background and experience qualifications, I think it's all there. So can I have a motion to send this as a committee report pending advice, legal advice, and HR advice?
So move.
Motion has been made by Councilor Levy, seconded by Councilor Santiago. Discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. And the ayes have it. Thank you so much. We'll see you July 2nd.
Thank you. We'll see you then.
Thank you. Councilor, is there any other items? Oh, actually, really quickly, can I have a motion to untable item 393-2023, the Police Chief Search Committee and update?
Second.
Motion has been made, properly seconded, discussion, no discussion on tabled. All those in favor say aye. Aye, and the ayes have it. Director, very quickly, any update on this? Have we started the process? Anything that you could provide?
Yep. Madam Chair, appreciate the question. So we are moving along. Where we stand right now is we did reach out. There were 4 professional executive recruiting firms that we sent out for bids. We received some information back and moving forward with selection of one of those firms. So I'm going to make a recommendation for one of those firms, and that's pretty squared away, that part. Also, I spoke to the IT director to create an online form for constituents that are interested in serving on the committee. This would be a form that would be on the city's website, should be shared on social media to the general public, where constituents, if you're interested in serving on the committee, go in, fill out the online form. Those would come to the HR department. We would surface those to the mayor for appointment. I still have to send a memo to the mayor that would, recommend kind of the how the committee should be formed. I spoke to the city attorney's office about we have to do some further research about how that committee would operate in terms of how it would comply with open meeting law, because there are some of these when you're dealing with a search committee, sometimes the applicants don't want it to be known that they're in the process. If they're chief in another community, that type of thing, they don't want it to be known until they're a finalist. So some of the sessions would have to be an executive session, and then a number of the sessions would be public once it becomes the final stage. So I met actually today with the city attorney's office for them to provide me some information that I can include in the memo to the mayor that would speak to that, how the committee should be formed, how it can comply with open meeting law, and I'm making a recommendation to the mayor as to what that committee should look like. I think I mentioned before that there should be appointment from the mayor's office, appointment from the council. It's my recommendation that there should be 2 or 3 constituents on that committee, and probably 1 or 2 members of the police department, and maybe an additional seat for a community activist group, or a community a group that deals with youth in the community, something to that effect. I don't know if that could be captured by the constituent seat, so those are all the considerations that have to be discussed. So the long and short of it is we're in a good position with contracting with the executive search firm. I am meeting with the city attorney's office to get the necessary legal guidance from them as to how the committee should be formed and empowered by the city. And I hope to put all of this in a formal memo to the mayor, hopefully within the next week or so.
Awesome.
And then from there, the expectation would be that the mayor would move forward based upon that guidance and actually start to gather the applications from constituents and hear from the council about their appointment, all of that, and actually form the committee.
Awesome. Okay.
So we are moving.
Thank you.
Just
Awesome.
doing our
Council Chair.
diligence. But
No, thank you. I appreciate that. Councilor Levy.
Thank you, Council Chair. One quick question. How many applications have you been receiving at this point?
For the police chief itself,
Yes.
so it has not been posted. I know in the past it was posted for a short period of time before my tenure here. And I haven't looked at those applications. I haven't reviewed any of that. From what I hear from the personnel department is that there were somewhere in the ballpark of 10 or so.
13. 13.
13? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and I haven't looked at those. I haven't reviewed those. As I stated before, the position will be posted through various channels using the executive search firm, and any of those individuals are welcome to apply. Again, notice will go out to them that we discussed before.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I believe, Councilor, you weren't here for that meeting,
Okay.
but yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Now that I'm
So-
thinking about it.
So nobody has applied. It has not been posted at this point. The search committee will do that with the help of the executive search firm when we get there.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think do you have any questions, or? No, I think we're all set. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you for the update. Can I
Very good.
have a motion to table item 393-23?
So moved.
Motion has been made, properly seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. The ayes have it. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion has been made, properly second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. And the ayes have it. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Good night.